Well, 3 months ago, I started this project, this channel, Double Nickel, and it was intended to simply be a legacy record that I thought would mostly just be for grandchildren and my wife and son, maybe later on, other relatives who are finding curiosity into this transition of life that I'm experiencing from work into retirement and travel and things that come next. But it's already becoming something a little different than what I expected. I don't really know exactly what I expected. I thought, sure, somebody may click on a video once in a while, but I'm pretty surprised. It's not like there have been hundreds of thousands of people that have watched the videos, but a lot more than I thought would have actually taken the time to click on one of these and watch. And that isn't exactly what I expected. I don't intend for this, or I didn't intend for this. It's not my plan to try to make this some sort of an influencer channel or anything like that. I'm not foolish enough to think that just a fella sitting around or walking on a trail sharing how life is for him as he's going through a huge change would garner a lot of views or so many people tuning in. But it is more than I thought it would be, and that surprised me a little bit. And it's one of the things I didn't really expect. Another thing that I didn't expect is the comments and how much they mean to me. The encouraging comments, the kind things that some of you have had to say. Obviously, you like to hear kind words about something that you've taken the time to do. So those mean a lot to me. They also kind of allow me to get a little bit of an insight into who you are. Obviously, if you're taking the time to watch these videos, you're getting a little bit of an understanding of me. I'm describing to you what I'm going through and how I'm thinking about things. Some of this is philosophical. A lot of it's just practical stuff and me trying to share at least what it's like for me to go through this. And I know that you hopefully are learning some things. Maybe you're gaining a few insights, possibly, and in many cases, what not to do. So hopefully some things that you do want to do. But the comments allow me to know a little bit about you, and that perspective is just so cool. I didn't really anticipate that. I didn't think about it, to be honest with you, what it would be like to have someone comment back and realize that I start to learn a little bit about the viewer, who you are, through the comments. The other thing is I've learned some things. I've literally learned some things through the comments and thought about some things, what this project here is building into and helping me think about future episodes. It's been really meaningful to me for you to comment. So I thank you for that. I thank you for taking the time to view. Those of you who have liked a video, who have subscribed, I really appreciate it. It's an encouragement. And if you're following along here and you haven't already, maybe like this video or one of the other ones and subscribe to the channel. Doesn't cost you anything. You just hit the button. What it really does is not so much I need anything out of it, but it makes the content available for others who can benefit from going through a retirement transition or really any kind of a transition, or maybe they just need some encouragement. They can look at this guy and say, man, if he can do it, if he can make it through that, then surely I can. So anyway, that's the value in the like and the subscribe and the share and all that stuff that you can do on social media is to help other people find content that, if it's meaningful to you, maybe it's meaningful to them. But that whole experience with the comments was something I didn't really expect, and just how much it means to me to hear from you. I've learned some things also. Some things surprised me about actually making these videos. At one hand, it is as easy as sitting down and, for me, setting my phone up and pressing record and talking to you, or whatever it is that someone may use to record. But on the other hand, it's a lot more than that. It's a lot more challenging than that. Being able to have a pace of conversation and realize I'm talking to somebody and not a device that's in front of me, that this is being viewed by someone and consumed. That's harder than you realize, or it's harder than I thought it would be. Let me say it like that. Also, being consistent. I committed on the channel to try to publish once a week. I think so far I've accomplished that. There might have been 1 week that I didn't get a video out and went a little over a week. But in some cases, I've been more frequent than that. I've been able to produce something 2 or 3 times a week. But being consistent, some of the editing process of creating the thumbnails to make the video visible for somebody to click on, those kind of things are a little more difficult than I thought they would be. you don't have any idea what you're doing when you start a channel. I still don't really have any idea what I'm doing with this channel other than what I've stated. I just want to make a video record for people and for myself. But it's created meaning for me. When someone subscribed, it's kind of like they joined this journey with me. And so that's why I've been asking you, if you would like and subscribe earlier, is come on the ride, if you're interested, or if you're going through this, or you find encouragement from this video or some other ones you watch that I've put out there. Come on the ride with me. That's meaningful. When you comment or when you like, that's meaningful. Especially when someone says that something I have put out there has helped them, or given them some knowledge or an insight, or a shortcut they can apply, or a useful piece of information. That means a lot to me. When you're leaving the workforce and going into retirement, we all kind of start with that. What value do I have to add? And I wanted to leave this video record behind. If I've got grandkids someday, I'll say, hey, guess what? Paps put these videos out a long time ago. Do you want to watch them? You'll know what I was like back at 55. But I hope that maybe some of the things that I've learned through life, and some of the things I'm going through and working my way through, and taking the time to record here, are useful to others. And if they are, man, mission accomplished. So learning how to bundle the content, how to put the thumbnail together, how to be consistent with publishing, those are some things. They're harder than I thought they would be when I started this. As I think about looking ahead, though, I've got a few episodes in mind. The next one I think I'm probably going to put out there is the housing decision as you transition into retirement. It's a bigger deal than I realized as time is moving on. I started this in early March, and here we are early June. I'm planning to retire early next year, and so the calendar is flipping by, and you start to wonder about where am I going to live, and you realize I don't have to live here where you're at. And that's such an abstract thought in the beginning, but as you move forward, you realize, no, that's a real decision that you can make or need to make. And not doing anything is a decision. Staying where you are is actually a decision. So I'm gonna put that out. There's a lot of things that I've been considering and looking into that I'm gonna share. I haven't fully settled on it. My wife and I are continuing to talk about what our plans are. We've got a pretty good idea, but we're not all the way there, and I just wanted to share with you what that process is like. There's also 4 trips we have planned for the rest of this year. I saved up all my paid time off that I could. I rolled over some from 25 into 26, and we did take the one trip back in March and actually recorded, I think 2 or 3 videos around that on trail. Some of them are on trail, and if you want to go back and watch some of those, some cool stuff out in Colorado to look at if you want to go back and look at some of those episodes. But we got 4 more coming up. They're including national parks, some state parks. We're going to see some MLB baseball. I've made it to a few venues, I'd say a handful of them, of Major League Baseball venues, more than I thought of when I started counting it up. I'm like, I've been to more places than I realized. So we're going to catch a few more. We're going to catch the Pirates, the Nationals, the Orioles, and the Tampa Bay Rays throughout the rest of this year. I think I wore my Rays hat in one of my videos that I've recorded, and so I'm a Rays fan, and it'll be cool to check those ballparks out, and as well as some of the places we're going to be traveling to this year. So there's a lot of that coming up. I plan to record episodes around preparing for those trips, and then some stuff while we're there for you to see what those places are like. I think that's neat that future generations can look back on me and say, look what he was doing, and maybe they go back to some of those very same places in the future. I think that'd be pretty cool. So that's kind of what's coming up here. So we're 3 months in, and already this feels less like a task or a project, and more like a genuine diary, a record of a season of life, and that I don't want to rush through, and I want to take the time to document it so that it doesn't just go by like a blur. There's a lot that happens when you're going through a big change, and it can kind of be easy to lose track of all the little details and nuances and forget what you were thinking in those times. So I'm hoping even I'm able to look back on this one day and say, man, look what you did as you navigated through those things. And so it's really really important to me that this has some value to people and not just be some guy talking into a camera. I so much appreciate you being here for it, and I look forward to hearing from you in the comments. I love it when you subscribe and you share and you like the video with others so that they can go on this journey with us. And until next time, we'll see where Double Nickel takes us.